Welcome back to Hawkeye Skunk Works. In today's video, I'm going to be putting on the body lift on my Explorer, powder coating my new wheels, and mounting up those wheels onto some new tires. So let's take a look real quick at what I've got sitting behind me. To start with, I've got some 16 by 8 aluminum wheels here on the -6 offset, and like the wheels a lot, got them from discounttiredirect.com, and yeah, they were not too expensive at all. I've had good luck with that website before. Below it, you'll see I've got some tires. They are Goodyear Authority, and yes, they're from Walmart. I spent about 3 weeks building a spreadsheet on tire specs, on sizes, sidewall ratings, weights, the physical weight of the tire, customer reviews, availability, and things like that. And this is a C sidewall rating, so it's not too heavy. They're just going on an Explorer, so I don't need to worry about that too much. The price was good. I did cash and carry, brought them home with me because I like to mount all my tires by hand, so that after I get my wheels powder coated, I don't have to worry about anybody scratching them with a machine, and then I will take them somewhere to get balanced. But I really like these tires. They were a good price, and since they were from Walmart, I assume no matter where I'm at, I can probably get one pretty easily if I need to. They are a 265/75/16, which comes out to be about pretty much a 3110/50, which is a little bit bigger than what I have on the truck right now. What I have on my Explorer right now are 17-inch wheels. They're 7.5 inches wide. They're the factory wheels, and I'm trying to think. I think they're like a +40 offset, and right now I'm running 1.5-inch wheel spacers, which I'm going to do away with altogether. And I've got two 65/65/17 General Grabber AT2 rubber, and these have got quite a bit of tread left on them. So those will get sold on Craigslist or Facebook. I love these tires. If you guys are looking at some tires, I absolutely love these tires. I bought a set for my wife's Grand Cherokee. The only reason I didn't buy another set is because for some reason they don't make them in a 265/75/16, and that's the size that I wanted. So here is the powder coat. I got this from rosiespowdercoat.com, which is what I've talked about in a previous video on powder coating. If you haven't seen that, check that out. And this is called, it's a black chrome onyx. I think it should look pretty cool. I think it's basically going to be a little bit darker than the powder coat that I currently have on there. So I'm going to get to powder coating. I know later on this video I've already got a couple things I'm going to tell you guys if you happen to have one of these Explorers that you want to do a body lift on. I did some prep work this week just so that it would go a little bit more smoothly this evening when I really hammer away at it, and I'm going to show you a couple things that I found out might make your life a little bit easier. So stick around. Alright guys, first thing you'll notice, front seats are out, back seats are out, middle one can stay if yours has a middle one. It's not that big a deal. Pull out all of the trim and the kick panels so that you can peel the carpet up. There's 3 body mounts on each side, basically underneath the seats. They all have these plastic plugs. Pull those out. So let me crawl underneath here and show you the first thing that might give you some problems. Alright, here's the bottom of the body mount. It is a big threaded washer, and all of mine wanted to spin. I've been lubing these up with some PB Blaster for a couple weeks. They still wanted to spin. About half of them, I'd say, I just put a vice grip on the side there and kind of wedged it up into the frame, and I could take it out. The other half of them I had to heat up a little bit with the torch. All I used was my little propane plumbing torch, and for like 20 seconds, just a little bit of heat, really on low, so I didn't heat up the rubber bushings, and that's really all it took. They popped right out. So that might give you some problems. And the next thing I want to show you is at the front. Here is the front mount behind the fog light assembly. Now, you look at the top there, there used to be a bolt sticking out of there and a nut. Well, as soon as I started cranking on it, it snapped off because it was rusty. This bolt is actually threaded all the way through. So I'm going to go over to the other side. This one came off. I just took the nut off with a wrench and then zipped the bottom out. I had to use some heat again for this one and got that to come out. So I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to get the other side out yet. Hopefully when I put the body lift spacers in, it's going to give me a little bit more room to work, maybe some more places to get some heat in there safely. But yeah, that's what I did. I had a bucket of water and my air hose standing by so I could cool everything off when I got done heating it, so I didn't melt anything, things like that. So I'm going to get back to work and I'll pick back up with you in just a few minutes. Alright, so body lift is done. I'm not going to show you guys the finished product quite yet. It's actually been done for a week or so, and I've just been working a couple of the adjustments out of it and doing some trimming that I'm going to show you in just a minute, and pretty soon I'll show you a full video on the finished product, wheels and tires and lift and all of that. So let's jump right into a couple of the issues I had after the last clip. So back up front at the fog lights that I showed you gave me some problems. Well, ended up snapping the bolt off even more inside the threaded washer, and I had to put that in the drill press and drill that out. And I just bolted it back together. I did not worry about it being threaded all the way through. So far, perfectly fine. Moving on to the center grill section. Since it is a body lift and the bumper is attached to the body, not to the frame like some older style vehicles, the bumper wanted to stretch out, if you will. And if you know your Explorers, there was a grill insert in here and it had some uprights, and it was really stretching and kind of pulling the bumper down like that. Well, I've been wanting to put something there for a while, a light bar or something like that. So I basically just took my razor knife and cut all that crap out of there, and it looks pretty good. I've already got a plan to put a bracket in there and mount a light bar, and some of this stuff will get trimmed and away, and it'll hide some of this and it'll look a little bit better. I'm probably gonna have to relocate this block heater plug to somewhere else. No big deal. Next issue that I had, passenger side was the worst. I only had some rubbing going in reverse turning the wheel. So basically, with combination of some tin snips and a hacksaw blade, I just kind of trimmed away until it didn't rub anymore on both sides. This side was a little bit more drastic, but you would probably never even know that that was trimmed unless I told you. Going inside here, we have these splash guards that connect from the inner fender well to the frame, up to the top, go down to the other side, and on the other side of the vehicle as well. Those wanted to stretch because obviously they're hooked to the body and to the chassis. So I just cut a couple new holes to put the plugs through and trimmed away some of it that was flapping around. No big deal. Last issue. Last issue was around the back side. Now on this, it has a tow package. The hitch bar actually connects both frame rails behind the bumper. And when I was trying to lift the back to put the spacer in, the bottom of the bumper is contacting that cross member. So I had to just trim a little bit on the corners so that it would, see if I can get up there and show you. See right there, I just had to trim, I mean, it's literally like 1/4 of an inch. But that's really what it was getting hung up on. And the other side, I didn't actually have to trim any. It was just, I love plastic body panels. So those were the issues that I had. It's driving great. No rattling, no creaking, no any unwanted anything really. Just like it was before. It's just a little bit higher. And you guys can experiment with the equipment that you have on how you're going to jack up the body to put the blocks in. I used a combination of my floor jack with some 2x4s and some 2x6s up underneath behind the rocker panels on kind of the stronger looking areas of the floorboards, and just worked my way around the vehicle putting the spacers in. Real simple. I actually, for you guys that have these Gen 3 Explorers, if you want to put a lift on it, unless you really need to put new strut assemblies in, and you're going to throw some spacers in at that point, I would just recommend doing the 1.5-inch body lift if you're just wanting to fit a little bit bigger tire and have a little bit better stance. For I think about $50 is what I have in this. It was super simple, and yeah, I highly recommend it to anybody. I'll put a link in the description of this video on the write-up on one of the forums that I followed. It is so hot. Sorry guys. Heat index was like 111 today. It's so humid even at nighttime. I just wanted to get a few clips of the last bits of this so I can start putting this video together and get this up there, because what I really want to show you is the finished product, and I'm pretty excited about that. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, check out our Facebook page, check out our Twitter feed, and as always, thanks a lot, and keep checking back with us for great content.